Yep, I retired with no savings. Did you retire with no savings? If you did, it's not too late, so don't worry. And I want to talk to you about that today on some of the things that you possibly could do now if you retired with no savings. Hi, I'm Darlene, and this is Darlene's Retired Life. And on this channel, I talk about retirement in general and some things about my retired life. So if that's what you're looking for, then welcome, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I took some notes here so that I didn't forget some stuff. So most of us worked paycheck to paycheck. We did everything that we possibly could do just to make ends meet. We weren't worried about having savings put away for the future. We were concentrating on the now. And here we are, retired, looking back, going, why didn't I put some money into savings? What was I thinking? That's neither here nor there. That's the past. You can't do anything about it now. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about now and the future. That is something that you can still do something about. It's not too late. Doesn't matter if you're 50, 60, 70, or even 80. It's not too late to start saving for the future. And that could even mean just budgeting and saving just a little bit day by day. So stop with the poor me and the shoulda, coulda, woulda, and let's talk about some things that we can do, that I can do. So many things come into play. Okay, so we have bills, we have medical bills, we have food that we have to put on the table. Some of you may have had children late in life and you still have kids that you have to take care of. Or maybe you have grandchildren that you are now taking care of. And you're still trying to make ends meet. And that's fine. But don't get stuck in the trap of not putting anything away. How can I put money away if I'm having a hard time to make ends meet, you ask? Well, think of it this way. If you can just take $12.50 a week, okay, so that's just a few cups of coffee nowadays. You know, you can go to Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts and get one of those fancy coffees, and it's going to cost you $6 or $7. So instead of buying two of those, put $12.50 a week away. That's $50 a month. That is $600 a year. Then what do you do then? $600 isn't much. You say, well, it's $600 in savings that you didn't have before. And the other option is at the end of that year, you can take that $600 and you can invest it in dividend-paying stocks and bonds. What are dividend-paying stocks and bonds? You find a company that you end up purchasing a few stocks or bonds in their company, and you, as they make a profit, you receive a paycheck every month for those stocks and bonds that you have in their company. Now, I'm not a stockbroker. I don't know much about all this stocks and bonds stuff, but I do know that I would love to get some extra monthly income if I just bought a few stocks and bonds. You know, Walmart, or your power company or your cell phone company. A lot of those places will offer stocks and bonds for you to be able to purchase. So see how much it is and invest. They pay a lot more than your interest in your savings account. Then what you can do, once you start getting a check, you can turn around and you can take that paycheck and reinvest and buy another stock or another bond. And you can keep doing that and you'll keep getting a bigger pay each month. Is it a risk? Sure. The stock market is always a risk. But that's why you want to try to find the companies that you know that are going to be there forever and that they're just going to keep on making more and more. So that is an excellent way that you can start making sure that your future is a little bit better than it is now with savings. Or you can leave that $600 in the bank and then you can just keep on putting the $1,250 a week or the $50 a month in the savings, and in 5 years' time, you'll have $3,000. It's $3,000 is $3,000. Now, let's get into some other ways that you can make some extra money that can help you on your day-to-day bills or help you save a little bit for the future. First off, if you don't have a budget, create a budget. Write down all of your necessary expenses and then write down your unnecessary expenses. Like, say you have several streaming apps, Netflix, Stars, Prime Video, Paramount. Are all of those necessary? Pick the one that you watch the most, or two that you watch the most, and get rid of the rest. That's going to save you quite a bit of money in a month, because nowadays they cost at least $7 a month and up. Minimize dining out. Minimize entertainment. We all have to treat ourselves, so don't get me wrong. But if you are used to dining out at least once a week, then maybe switch it to once a month, at least for now, to get you back on your feet and to get you ahead a little bit. Let's say you go bowling once a week. Go bowling once every other week instead, or go to the movies once a month, or once every other month instead of a couple times a month. You get what I'm saying? So just kind of switch things up a little bit that aren't necessary expenses. Car insurance. Car insurances can be extremely expensive. Shop around and find the best rates possible, and you'd be surprised how much money you can save just by calling around and finding the right insurance company. Now, a lot of people talk about downsizing. Well, if you have lived in a large house for many years, you don't want to just move. This is your home. This is your life. And why should you have to downsize when there could be some other options? Like, for example, rent out a room. I know you're taking a risk, renting out a room to a stranger, but go with your gut. Do a little research on that person. Vet them. Make sure that you know who you're renting the room to. I'm not saying rent your room just to any Tom, Dick, or Harry, but then again, that Tom, Dick, or Harry could be the most honest person and helpful person that you could have in your household. So go with your gut. The other thing is, if you have a large house, maybe take a section and turn it into an Airbnb. Big bucks in Airbnbs. Okay, what is an Airbnb? There's a lot of people that are traveling, and lots of times there are no rooms available in hotels, but an Airbnb, bed and breakfast, on the fly, you call, you schedule an Airbnb for a week, 2 weeks, a month even, and they will have access to your kitchen, or you, instead of them having access to your kitchen, you could include meals for them to either come down and join you, or you can deliver the meals to their room, or you could say that it isn't included and that they have to dine out. So that is totally up to you on how you would want to set that up. But let me tell you, if I had a large home, I would consider turning part of it into an Airbnb, because you can get easily $1,000 for renting a portion of your home out just for a week. So it's something to consider if you don't want to downsize and you have a large mortgage that you have to deal with, you have taxes that you have to pay, you have repairs that you have to continue keeping up on. This could help you out tremendously with those things. Okay, and then, say you don't have a large house. You don't own a house, period. You are in an apartment building, an apartment complex, like I am. I am considering making a little extra income. I have a car. It's a reliable car. And I am considering DoorDashing or Uber Eats or Walmart Spark Shopper. I have a few extra hours in a day that I can hop in the car and go pick up someone's food at a restaurant and deliver it to them, or go to the grocery store or to Walmart and shop a little bit for them and then bring it to their home, make a little bit of extra income. It's an option. If you don't feel safe in doing that, have somebody ride along with you. What I don't want you to do is compare yourself to others that have retired with a lot of money. People are going to judge. They're going to say, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Well, I retired with $50,000 in my bank account. I retired with $250,000 in my savings account. Or, I don't know, I have $1 million saved. Do you think it's okay to retire yet? Come on, really? A majority of the people are just like us. They worked hard all their lives, whether it was being a corporate slave or loving your corporate job, self-employed, or you were a housewife or a house husband, and your spouse was the provider, and now maybe you got divorced and you're suddenly stuck because you haven't worked and you don't have anything saved, and your Social Security retirement hasn't been accumulating points because you haven't worked. So now you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. This is everyday common stuff. Being rich and having all kinds of money in savings isn't your average person in the United States. We are the average person that works hard day to day just to make ends meet in today's economy, or even in the economy the past 2, 3, 4 decades. You know, the economy is always fluctuating, and it's, you know, been a struggle. And the majority of the people are like me, like you. So don't listen to those people that are judging you. They can go take a leap. Our life is not over because we retired. Some people might think so, but it's just begun. Let's do it right. It's not too late. So I hope that this video has helped you in some way. Comment below. Let me know which resonated with you the most out of this video and what it helped you with. And until the next video, bye.